From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Hello everyone, let's get you through Kruger's Quickcast, and we're going to go ahead and start with your forecast for tonight. Temperatures are going to be dropping down right around 60 degrees, give or take, for many of you in the valley. 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, low 50s and fog out along the coast. So let's get you out the door tomorrow morning for your September 10th. Temperatures in the mid-60s to start off the day for the valley at 8 o'clock in the morning. Mid-50s, give or take, for the coast and the higher elevations here as we take you through tomorrow morning. And of course, that low clouds and the fog out along the coast. Looking at futurecasts, we can see that fog developing overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning along the coast. As we go through the afternoon, we may see some of that partial clearing in some areas along the coast. Afternoon clouds developing off in the north into Modoc and into Siskiyou County. Otherwise, plenty of sunshine for the rest of us. We take a look at our forecast for tomorrow. We're beginning that cooling trend. We're going to notice temperatures about 4 to 5 degrees cooler than what we saw today for the valley. Low to mid 90s as opposed to the mid to upper 90s we saw today for most of us. Temperatures in the 80s for many of the higher elevations as opposed to some of the 90s. And then I do expect those temperatures in the mid 60s for the coast. Taking a quick look at your 7-day outlook, there you can see temperatures dropping for Wednesday, Thursday, going back up for Friday, Saturday, back down for Sunday, Monday. So a bit of that roller coaster ride, right? And yes, a chance for showers. Be sure to stick around for the deeper dive forecast, and we'll talk about that in much more detail and those chances. That's also the case for the coast, inland, and Weaverville. Temperatures going up and down for the inland areas and the mountains, but staying fairly steady here as we take a look at the coast with those mid-60s. And for Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains, there's that chance for showers, maybe even some thunderstorms Wednesday, and then once again on Sunday as well. All right, so that is Kruger's Quickcast. Now we're going to start with our deeper dive forecast, and there you can see your headlines with that hot start to the week that we saw today. But it should be cooler for the rest of the week. Still fairly warm for tomorrow, but I do expect a bigger drop in temperatures by the middle of the week with the possibility for some showers, but no big heat waves in that long range forecast. Now the winds, yes, they are expected to die down a little bit here for tomorrow, generally coming in from the south and southwest, still a bit breezy off into the eastern mountains. But look at Wednesday. We're going to notice the winds, number one, going up, but also coming in from the northwest, and mainly from the northwest, even in the eastern mountains. We're talking gusts easily over 25, 30 miles per hour in some spots here. Now, this is not terribly concerning when we're talking about fire danger. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's start off with taking a look at the humidity levels. So there you can see the humidity, yes, for tomorrow, it's going to be low. But again, nothing unusual with the winds, just a little breezy in some spots. And yes, it is going to be windy for your Wednesday afternoon, but look at the humidity levels. They're up to about 30% on average, give or take, for the valley, and not to mention a little bit higher in the mountains. This is good news when we're talking about fire danger, because now that we've got cooler temperatures on Wednesday, mid-80s for the valley, and not to mention higher humidity levels, yes, the winds are going to elevate the fire risk a little bit, but certainly not to the extent if it was hot and dry. So for tomorrow, yeah, mainly in that moderate to high range for the valley. Then look at this as we go to Wednesday. We're barely popping some yellows in there, indicating the moderate range. So that is one of the redeeming factors of the cooler temperatures and the higher humidity. Now, temperature-wise, what's happening is the bubble of heat that was very close to us is now being squashed by this trough of low pressure right here. This has got some cooler air associated with it, mid-80s for the valley, cooler even for the mountains, but the winds, as I mentioned, are picking up on Wednesday. Now, as we go into Thursday, still a bit breezy, but temperatures will start to increase, especially by Friday and Saturday with the winds dying down. So we'll see the temperatures drop going into Wednesday, going back up as we go into Friday, Saturday, and then they'll start to go back down for the second half of the weekend and early next week as the next trough of low pressure and cooler air begins to move in. This one doesn't look to dig as deep on Sunday, which means less chances for showers for many of us, especially in the valley. But you can see that cooler air pushes to the east, that trough pushes to the east. This is also support for maybe some gusty winds again by early next week. Now, we switch gears. We talk about the chances for rain. Now, number one, the Storm Prediction Center for Wednesday has a chance for thunderstorms in Modoc County and in northern Siskiyou County. Now, I tend to agree that maybe we could push that a little bit more to the south, places like Mount Shasta and most of Modoc County. But for the most part, when we look at Futurecast, you'll see that it's looking pretty good, like we could see those thunderstorms here for Wednesday, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So tonight, tomorrow morning, there's that fog along the coast. Clears out a little bit for some of you tomorrow afternoon with those afternoon clouds that we mentioned in QuickCast. Now we're going to take you into your Wednesday. Now Wednesday, you see how it's pushing on through. Now most of it will be along the coast, Trinity County, some showers, but the best chances for thunderstorms will all be right here. Notice no rain in the forecast for Lassen or Plumas County. No chance for rain, at least from Futurecast, as we go into the valley either. That being said, I'm including a chance for showers, maybe a sprinkle in most of Shasta County, and not to mention Lassen and Plumas counties. But most of the activity at this point looks to be the north and some light showers to the west around Trinity County, Del Norte, and Humboldt counties. In fact, just for fun, I'm going to show you some of the forecast rain totals being picked up by the forecast models. Even the areas that have the best chances for rain are most likely going to see less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Some areas may be upwards of 1/10, but overall just not a lot of rain. And most likely, just as I mentioned, maybe a sprinkle or two for some of the areas outside of where most of that rain is going to be. So yeah, I mean, things getting a little bit more interesting as far as rain is concerned. It will be nice to see some of that rainfall, but bottom line, it just doesn't look like it's going to be much. Now, looking at the long range, some of the forecast models are indicating that by Sunday there might be a chance for a few showers. For now, I've got a chance for showers for some of the higher elevations and along the coast on Sunday. And then you can see as we go into Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday of next week, we've got a series of storms riding to our north. This is indicative of a winter-like pattern. What I mean by that is a lot of times we see these storms ride to our north and we get clipped by them. That's essentially what's going to be happening as we go into early next week and even for Sunday as well. So the wave heights are going to be fairly low again for your Tuesday, not very high along the coast. Then we go into your Wednesday and we're really starting to see those wave heights begin to drop. So if you do need to be on a small boat, I think your main concern will be that patchy, dense fog that we're expecting not only tomorrow morning, but even parts of tomorrow afternoon with those winds from the northwest at about 10 to 15 knots. All right, so here's a look at your forecast tonight. Temperatures around 60, give or take, for the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, and those low 50s with that fog out along the coast. Your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Look at these temperatures. They're starting to drop. 80s and 90s essentially for most of us in Trinity County. We take you out to the north coast, 68 for Blue Lake, 88 for Alder Point, 89 for Garberville. So we're breaking away from the 90s for many of us in the inland areas, with the exception of places like Orleans at 91, 90 in Willow Creek and Hoopa about 87. Those temperatures will be in the mid-60s for most of us along the coast. Chance for showers Wednesday, nothing heavy. Another chance on Sunday, also nothing all that heavy. Siskiyou County, and you also, not to mention Scott Valley. We're looking at those temperatures, mid to upper 80s. Some of us may reach that 90-degree mark like Happy Camp at 92. Showers, maybe thunderstorms Wednesday for Mount Shasta, maybe some more showers coming in on Sunday. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures low to mid 80s there, 84 degrees for Alturas, 85 degrees for Eagleville. We take you to the south in the eastern mountains, 79 for Mineral, 84 for Paradise, 82 for Shingletown. Now, I've got a slight chance for showers in there. Honestly, I wouldn't count on much, if anything. That's the case also on Sunday. Just not seeing a lot in the way of rain with these systems coming on through. We take you down into the valley to the south. 88 for Durham tomorrow, 90 in Chico. Yeah, these temperatures are starting to drop, barely getting into the 90s for the south end of the valley here. But as you head to the north, yeah, about 94 for Redding, 94 for Anderson, and Red Bluff about 93. Now, you'll notice I put the wording chance in there for Red Bluff. Honestly, I should probably even take that out. If we see anything in the valley, it would most likely be in Redding, and even that is very iffy as well. So don't cancel any outdoor plans for Wednesday. Temperature is much cooler. That'll be the bigger story, and not to mention the winds for Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures for a brief period of time will go back up, but not by much. And we're back down into the mid-80s by Sunday and Monday. That's your evening update. We'll be right back, of course, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and I will be live on Coffee with Kruger at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Have a great night.